I've just reacted to episode 18 of Word of Honor. I have one of the fun scenes in this episode, the part where they get to be battle husbands, fighting hand in hand against the drug men, and then have a lovely roll in the cave and shoot out the hole and lay there next to each other, panting heavily. Wow. This show, what they were able to get away with is really a miracle, and we are all blessed because of it. We all owe this thanks to Wulong Nuts. No nut sponsors in this episode, but gotta remember, without those nuts, we wouldn't have even had scenes like these, which are really great. And then getting into backstory and Longyan Cabinet and some Ye Bai Yi antics, being sassy grandpa. I would say this is one of the higher arcs. Like, the show has its nice ups and downs, and this is on the upswing. Though we do get into, I would say, like, the meat of it. So most enjoyable. A little bit about the psychology. I think it's interesting to see the Longyang Cabinet's old Long Chiu, I think, and his son. Yeah, I mean, that's a very disgusting character, right? But they give you his psychological reasons for being that gross, and it's having to do with his lifelong disability and not believing. And really, what happens is, when you're young and you're broken, you create an idea about something that becomes how you see the whole world. And he just, his whole belief that his father was intentionally not helping him by not using the yin yang book from the Healer's Valley, and that's like at some point there was nothing that could be done to change that idea, and it became his whole reason for lifelong sadism. And that's also the whole thing is like, you might just kind of write it off as, it's just a creepy thing that he's so serious about the puppet children or the drugmen children, but his condition, having maybe means that he's not able to have children. So created children, it kind of explains a little bit of his attachment to those. Created children that are created in sick and dangerous ways. So that is another well-developed villain. That, and I just love them. Well-developed villains with reason behind them. And there is actually some of that in, like, Long Che, like, Chi. I don't know how to say his given name. But he too, like, that one puppet that is the mirror of his son, like, it was a replacement for his, like, he created a puppet of your son because he didn't have the love of his son anymore. It was also using a created puppet as a surrogate for a real human relationship. So that precedent was already there in his father. So, wow. people be broken. Which makes them interesting. We love... these are not lovable characters, but good reason to not be lovable characters is interesting. And then even our level, we're going to get to learn more about Wen Kexing's suffering and what makes him who he is. We got to see a lot of that about Zhou Shu in the beginning, and that was highly compelling. It's what makes, every human being has scars in their hearts. If there wasn't such a person, he'd be a shallow bastard. That is a quote from an anime movie from the 90s, and it's the best. You can put it in the comments if you know what it is. It might only come out that way in the an English dub version, but it's one of my favorite quotes. And that's why characters with pain and suffering are the most compelling, because we can all identify with that. So I love it, and I love to see how they are growing together and having more faith in each other, and I only wish, there's still a part of me that wish that would lead to honesty. But you know how these things go. Okay, so thank you so much for listening to me talk a bit about it, and please follow the link below to watch the full reaction, and just, we're still on the mountain. We're going to be on there for a while. I'm up there, and I'm not coming down anytime soon. Are you? Thank you, and always remember, love yourself.